Most of the runners out there get injured for some pretty obvious reasons. Now, I've got a screening that can go over a few of these possible risks of why you get yourself injured and why you keep finding yourself to stay injured when you decide to go for runs. Now that it's springtime and the weather's getting a little bit nicer here in the Roaring Fork Valley, a lot of people are out there running. But let's go through a quick little screening before you get yourself out there and decide and realize that your body is not ready to hit those trails, to hit those streets and go for big runs. All right. So the first one we want to work on is making sure that our hips are nice and stable. So an easy way to kind of check that is we're going to go through hip balance and hip stability with a single leg squat. So we got one leg up, and let's see how low can you go, and are you able to keep yourself stable for at least 30 seconds or so. Now, if you notice, for me, I have good stability here where my knee is not collapsing inward or outward. My body's not moving all over the place like this kind of stuff, but we're able to keep ourselves pretty stable here and not have too much wobble. Some wobble is okay, it's fine. You can kind of play with that and even move your leg around to really test that balance and hip stability. We can even try to play with a little bit of hip wiggle as we go through different depths of our our single leg squat to really make sure our hips are a-okay. The next one we're going to go through is going to be the hop and stick. Now, a lot of these injuries that you guys go through for these runners, it's not from necessarily just running. It's from poor control. So this one's really going to test that up. So we're going to try to go through it. First, these double leg version. We're going to just try to hop up and stick to the ground. And notice that it was not too loud when I land. It's nice and soft. A failure with that would be up, and there you can hear my landing. That's hard, harsh. That's going to be hard on the knees, hard on the ankles, hard on the whole body. We want to make sure that we go up, land soft, stick, have our knees ready, and be in a good soft form, ready to explode out. Now, the single leg version is pretty similar. It's a little bit more challenging of keeping ourselves up and balance out like that. And balance. Now, if I do it to my right ankle, here's where I have some failures myself, where my leg kind of collapses in. So as I come through, I want to fall in on this leg. So that's a no-go. This leg's not ready for me to hit the running just yet. I need to work on that more myself. The last one we want to do to really make sure that our hips are under good control is going through just some marching, right? And we're going to just try to find a place where we can march here for roughly a minute or so. But if we find ourselves wobbling off to a side, forward, back, obviously it won't be quite to this severe. That says our hips aren't keeping ourselves under proper control, that we're not able to go for our distance runs, especially as we fatigue. And that's why I want you to do this for over a minute, closer to 2 minutes, to make sure we use those muscles, that we have a little bit of fatigue going on before we see any kind of big wobbling effect. So what we're going to try to have is making sure those hips are staying in control. And if you are finding yourself still in a good place after 2 minutes of doing a marching command, well, your gait's probably pretty good. And if you clear all 3 of these, fantastic, you're in great shape to start the season. However, if you found yourself a little bit of failure of one of these or already in some type of pain, well, I'm Dr. Joe with Performance and Recovery Clinic. We're here in the Roaring Fork Valley. So I would suggest that you schedule an appointment so that we can kind of assess, see what's going on, and actually address some of these issues and find out why you're in pain and injury and why you've been dealing with this, and give you a plan so that you can run your best and have the best spring and summer ahead. You guys take care. Enjoy.